website right now and download my free course on alternate picking mastery. It contains 5 essential exercises that will take you to alternate picking mastery faster than you can imagine. And then I've included my method of how to lay out a practice plan in just 1 to 2 minutes that will absolutely boost your results like nothing you ever tried before. So go download it right now. It's free. Hey! So many people complain about not being able to put all the elements of playing, picking, scales together into something that sounds really professional when they solo. It's like there's a missing formula. But there's a shortcut. There's a trick that if you know it, you can make more progress in your soloing efforts than at any other point in your development. And I really mean that. It's magic. And most people go, really, Claus? Again with the shortcuts? But that's just how it is, because most people do what most people do. We're like a big pack, like a big herd of animals. Just, when one does something, then the other follow, and it's just swirling. And that's not necessarily very intelligent. But we're a pack animal, so we're designed to do that. So we go with the most safe, the most secure solution, rather than the most intelligent. We go with what most people do rather with the most effective. That's just how we are. That's not intelligent, no. But when it comes to survival, it might be very intelligent to act as one, to do the same things over and over again like everybody else does, because it keeps us together. You know how it feels when you start doing something else? Then other people start having other interests than your peer group and your friends. People are going to say, hey, what are you doing, right? It's like we try to pull each other in so we can all, agree on the same things, have the same hobbies, focus on the same things. So we feel together, right? So we look alike. And when it comes to shortcuts, most people go, no, there are no shortcuts. All there is practice, practice. But we don't even know what practicing is. I should say that in this video, I'm going to give you a shortcut to soloing that is incredible. So hang on here, right? And go download the free courses below and go check out the new course here, the Mastery Method System, which will give you so many shortcuts for 30 days. It's a joke. It will mean more to your progress than perhaps any other decision you ever made, that program. But let's look at the soloing thing here. Because most people do what most people do. There are secrets, but most people say, no, there's not. There's only practice, 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 just practice. It's just hard work. It's just effort, just paying the price, man, so you can get the reward. And that's why most people never get the reward, because nobody wants to pay that long effort price, right? And I never did. So I was always looking secretly for shortcuts, right? How can I get there faster? I'm impatient, and I know you are too if you're watching these videos. But most people say there are no shortcuts. It's only practice, but we don't even know what practice is. What is practice when you practice? How do you practice soloing? Come on. How do you practice it? Well, I got a scale shape, and I got some, I can play notes in that scale shape, and I got a couple of licks. So I guess it's putting on some music, a jam track or something, and then I play the licks. Is that what I do? And then I shuffle them around, and if I try long enough, then suddenly I will have learned soloing. Can you hear how ridiculous that sounds? How non-specific? How non-scientific that sounds? It's just worthless, but that doesn't change the fact that 99.9% of people practice soloing that way. We just think it happens. I can get the skill as long as I try getting the skill. Right? We never think about the fact that somebody might come along and say, point 1, do this, point 2, do that. And then, and then once you've been through all the steps, you can actually play a solo. That sounds really cool. But no, we go with licks. That's the formula. Play licks, learn little bits and pieces of other people's solo, and then put on a jam track and then play those licks. And then if you do that enough, you learn it. Yes, some people actually get it because the brain comes up with a way of giving you what you want. That's amazing that it does that sometimes. And those people who have brains who get it, they don't know why, because it's under the surface, right? It figures it out. And then it builds the pattern it has to build. And then when they teach other people, they say, well, you play licks. And then magically the skill appears. But that's only for some people. the talented bunch, right? But I can't rely on that. I can't rely on talent or luck or, we want to process it. So we want secrets to developing our skills faster. One of these secrets, and there are hundreds, I can assure you of that, hundreds, literally. But one of these secrets is, let's say I had a cool thing going on here in the beginning, so let's solve this challenging soloing puzzle here in like a couple of minutes, right? So I go... See, this is an E minor thing, pentatonic kind of sounding, so I can use the E minor pentatonic scale. Our all favorite in 12th fret, first position pentatonic scale. And that's all I need. And then I need some mid-level pentatonic or picking skills, right? And fretting skills. So I go... Oh, I'm outside the string and the scales here. Right? Nobody would say that is shredding, right? That's not like incredibly high. I could even go much lower than that when it comes to technique and play much simpler things. But what is really going on here? The thing that's going on is invisible. We don't think about it because in the foreground we have the notes. In the foreground we have the melody, we have the track in the background or the rhythm guitar, and then we have notes and we can sing along with the notes. They make sense. We have some structure. Right? There's kind of a musical sentence. But, that's kind of an answer response or question response thing going on where the guitar's playing up against itself. But what is really going on? I couldn't crack the nut until I got that the thing behind all of this is rhythm. The reason why you can't play a line and then end it in a logical way and really have fun doing it, and it's effortless. It's like the music is rolling in the background, you start something, right? You just start playing a couple of notes, and then you can't end it. You can't, when do I start again? The reason you cannot do that because your brain can already do it. It just lacks a skill. Your brain is a musical entity, right? And it can really do it, but it lacks a skill, and the skill is called rhythm, right? But that's just a skill, Claus, yeah, but as nobody thinks about it and develops it by chance, right? They don't think about it as the key skill to soloing. Key. They don't think about it as the key skill to taking any lick and getting 1,000% out of learning that lick. Rhythm. They don't think about it as, I have one scale shape, but in order to be good at soloing, I should learn all of them, right? Wrong. Well, I got one technique. I can only do alternate picking. I can't do sweep picking, and I have to learn some more techniques. Wrong. It's wrong, wrong, wrong. All of that is luxury. I can just take 4 notes, and I can keep on playing. When I use rhythm. And rhythm is really, once you start being able to take one note and then just playing a drum solo with it, like... Right? Just using rhythm. And then you can add 2 notes and 3 notes and 4 notes. Then suddenly you realize that this was all I needed, right? You didn't even need any licks. There are help to, kind of get the phrasing right and the vibrato and everything. But... let me just play the track again. I'll give you a little demonstration. Let me just take that one note. We got 2 notes now. Let's take these 2 notes. 12th fret G string and 14th fret D string. Let me take one more, the 12th fret, D string. Right, let me just take the 14th fret, A string. add a little bit. Take the 14th fret G string. Let me take the blue note in the 15th fret and the next pentatonic note in the 16th on the G string. What enables me to start and stop every line? Well, rhythm does. I have this pulse running in my body, and I can go da 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 ba do do ba do da da do 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 ba da ba do da da ba do 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 ba da ba da 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 ba da do 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 ba da 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 go ba da da. Right? Sorry for the illustration here, but if you can't do this, how can you put notes on top of that and expect the notes to work? It's hilarious. It's ridiculous, right? And yet most of us start with the notes, and rhythm is something that just enters the whole game through the lick playing, right? It's part of the lick, but we don't think about it. We just think of, okay, that's the approximate rhythm I have to use. Rhythm is everything, right? So let me take the whole first position, minor pentatonic, with a little bit of hammer-ons and pull-offs and some sliding and some vibrato and bending skills, right? Little stuff here. That is the whole core. That's the 99% of soloing. The rest, new scale shapes, new scales, arpeggios, all of what you can put on is just extra. It's just luxury. But this is the foundation. The whole thing, and the reason why I'm laughing is because it's so enjoyable. It's like, playing. It's like being able to paint, and then you can paint all kinds of weird stuff. You can just pick a thing, and then you can paint it. It's just enjoyable creating like that, and you need skills, and the underlying secret skill is rhythm, and it's much more important than we think. So go handle that. The cool thing about rhythm is that it's 5%. If you take all of this is all of what you have to learn to master this instrument, then rhythm is 5%. And most drummers, when I say that, they go, excuse me, so you mean drumming is 5% of the work of learning to play guitar? Yes, sorry. But there's some truth to it. If you have 5 people, right, and we have different instruments, one is playing the drums, another the guitar, the third the oboe, a saxophone, then I can assure you they practice equally and they learn the whole thing step by step. The drummer is going to be the first who can enter into a band and actually make a difference. He's also going to be, after 6 months of the equal practice time, the one who it looks like, here, what do you call that? He's the best, basically, right? He seems like he has a lot more skill than the rest of them. Because rhythm is, come on, get it handled, get it down. It's the secret to soloing. It really is the secret. And you might say, but I want all kinds of flashy stuff. I want to play fast. I want to do tapping and sweep picking. If you have that core and you can play a solo that you are really, and the audience loves it and you can make it happen in the moment with no preparation, it is such a joy adding all those flashy things on top of it because you return to the core all the time. But if you don't have the core and you show up with all your when you and you just struggle to make it happen, and it's never good enough, right? Get the core in place, and it's much faster than all the other stuff on the side of it. So. And don't forget to, of course, download the free, subscribe to this channel and leave a comment underneath. If there's questions you have, I read all the questions and I produce new videos that answers the questions. And go check out the new course, Mastery Method, which is 30 days of secrets just poured onto you. Much more than you can handle, but it's a library of stuff to go to every time there's something you want to learn, something you want to advance in very rapidly, and pick out the principles, pick out the secrets of how to do it fast so you can get results. Because results are everything. They motivate you and want you go for more. Without those, you will lose motivation and you'll eventually give up. Subscribe for more free videos. Do it. Do it now. Do it.